The Viking who became emperor of a kingdom, history erased from every map. A Norse warrior who ruled a forgotten empire, and why no one was allowed to remember him. History remembers kings. History remembers conquerors. History remembers saints, tyrants, and emperors. But sometimes, history remembers the wrong people. Tonight, you will hear the story of a man who crossed half the known world with an axe in his hand and vengeance in his heart. A Viking. A raider. A survivor. A man who lost everything. And then built an empire so powerful that entire generations were ordered to erase it. Not because it never existed, but because it terrified the people who came after him. His cities were burned. His monuments destroyed. His name scratched from stone. His descendants hunted. His kingdom removed from maps. And yet, if you know where to look, the scars remain. This is the story of the Viking who became emperor, the ruler history buried alive, and the revenge that changed a continent forever. The winter of 987 arrived like a curse. Snow swallowed the mountains. The sea froze along the fjords. And, in a small Norse settlement, 16-year-old Eirik watched his world collapse. His father was a respected chieftain. Not the strongest, not the richest, but honorable, which made him dangerous. Because honorable men often stand in the way of ambitious ones. One night, during a feast meant to celebrate peace between clans, Eirik noticed something strange. His father stopped speaking. The cup fell from his hand. His body hit the floor, dead. The hall erupted into chaos. But Eirik noticed one thing, a smile, across the room, on the face of Jorund, the rival chieftain, the man who had sworn friendship only hours earlier. Poison, the oldest betrayal in history. By dawn, Jorund's warriors controlled the settlement. Eirik's mother was killed trying to escape. His younger sister disappeared. And Eirik himself was sold to slave traders, the son of a chieftain, reduced to cargo. As the ship sailed away, he stared at the shrinking shoreline and made a promise. One day, every man responsible would beg for mercy, and none would receive it. Slavery taught Eirik many things, how cruel men could become, how cheap life truly was, and how patience could be more powerful than rage. Years passed. The boy became a giant, broad shoulders, scarred hands, eyes colder than northern winters. In a market near the Black Sea, he met another prisoner. Her name was Elena, a noblewoman captured during a border war. Unlike others, she refused to bow, even in chains, especially in chains. The first time they spoke, she insulted him. The second time, she challenged him. The third time, she laughed. And Eirik realized something dangerous. For the first time since his family died, he was smiling. Love was not supposed to exist in places like this, yet somehow it did. And when an opportunity finally appeared, they escaped together. Two fugitives. Two broken souls, running toward an uncertain future, neither realizing they were about to build something greater than either could imagine. South of the great rivers stood a fractured land, a forgotten frontier, abandoned by emperors, ignored by kings, destroyed by endless wars. Bandits ruled villages. Mercenaries ruled roads. Nobody ruled the people. Eirik saw opportunity. Others saw ruins. He saw a future empire, village by village, fort by fort. He gathered followers, former slaves, exiled warriors, refugees, widows, outcasts, people with nowhere else to go. People exactly like him. And unlike the nobles who exploited them, Eirik remembered hunger. He remembered fear. He remembered loss, so his laws were simple. Protect the weak. Punish betrayal. Reward loyalty. Within 10 years, thousands marched beneath his banner. Within 15, entire provinces belonged to him. And then they crowned him emperor, a Viking slave, an emperor. The kind of thing history books claim never happens. Yet it did, and that terrified the old kingdom surrounding him. Success attracts enemies and ghosts. One spring morning, an old traveler arrived at court. He carried a story, a name. Jorund, the man who murdered Eirik's father. The man who destroyed his family. Still alive, still wealthy, still ruling. For 20 years, Eirik had dreamed of this moment. Now it was real. His generals expected immediate war. Instead, Eirik waited. Months passed. Then years. Many thought he had forgiven. He had not. He was simply preparing something worse. Because revenge is most effective when served after hope appears. And hope was exactly what he intended to give Jorund. While Eirik planned vengeance, another threat emerged. Inside his own palace, his son, Leif, fell in love, unfortunately, with the daughter of a rival king, Princess Sophia. Beautiful, brilliant, dangerous. The relationship threatened decades of political strategy. Some advisors demanded execution. Others demanded war. Eirik remembered Elena, the woman who changed his life, so he allowed the romance. Against everyone's advice. For a brief moment, it seemed wisdom had prevailed. Then, Sophia betrayed them, or so it appeared. Military secrets vanished. Border forts fell. Thousands died. The empire exploded into chaos, and Leif blamed his father for trusting love. But history has a strange habit. The truth survives in forgotten ruins because some stories refuse to die. Somewhere beneath the dust of forgotten centuries, the Viking emperor still waits, not for revenge, but to be remembered.